fourth area of the castle model is relationship skills. And relationship skills takes in many categories of what was in the other three areas. And the key here is to be able to recognize your patterns. So know what type of situations create certain thoughts, feelings, and actions that either will help build relationships or break apart relationships. Being able to navigate emotions, having optimism and empathy, as we've already discussed, they all play a role in relationships in terms of being able to communicate, engage, build relationships, and have teamwork. And one of the key features of that is optimism. When you think about any kind of relationship, whether it's personal or professional, oftentimes optimism can be a roadblock. So to just look at this slide where this actually is called optimism bridges, and what these bridges allow us to do is to use questions to stop and take notice and make a choice to move in a different direction. So for example, okay, we're talking about building relationships, but this applies for teamwork, collaboration, any kind of communication, again, both personal and professional. A lot of times an event occurs and we look at it from the lens of the left side of the bridge. We think this is never going to end. Absolutely everything is over. We're doomed. And yet it's not my fault. I had nothing to do with it, and I can't be blamed for anything. So either all three, two, or one of those bridges is used in the situations when we're not being optimistic. That's more of a pessimistic lens. Those questions that you see on the three bridges: how long will the problem last, how widespread is the problem, and how much effort can make a difference, are how we move over to a more optimistic lens. So let's say the event is, let's just take last year's example with the coronavirus, and a lot of students missed their graduation. And there was a lot of the permanent, pervasive, and powerless comments and feelings, thoughts, and actions occurring. But if we really are to take a look at this, okay, how long will the problem last? Okay, yeah, this is unfortunate. We can't ever make this up. We can't ever have another graduation. But I'm going to be okay. Like, I'm going to have something else to look forward to. I'm going to have success somewhere different that I'm going to be recognized. I just need to keep working. How widespread is the problem? Well, you know, it does affect graduation, but yet I am still graduating high school. I just don't get the ceremony. I did finish high school. So the actual ceremony itself is not the end of the world. How much can my effort make a difference? Well, COVID is not my fault. It is not my fault that we can't have a graduation ceremony. But look at what happened. A lot of schools did videos of ceremonies, and they had a more digital experience. Not the same, but it still had, it was something that was better than nothing. So these three bridges, like I said, whether you're using all three or just one or two of them, just asking the question will help you think in terms that situations are temporary, isolated, and that with a little effort, I can make things better. And if I think in terms of relationships, both in terms of the optimism that we just talked about, but also this idea of recognizing my patterns, navigating emotions, and having empathy, how does that help me with my success factors of effectiveness, relationships, well-being, and quality of life?